Let's get down to brass tacks. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to rock. It's Monday night, Slasher Movie Club night, historically speaking. And tonight we're going to have some fun going back to a franchise that has so many highs, and it definitely has so many lows as well. We're going to be ranking characters from the entire Halloween franchise. And you know what, guys? Sometimes when you have a big task at hand like this, you can't do it alone. So I do have a special guest with me. You guys know her. You guys love her. Let's bring her on. And we've got Rachel in the house. What's up?
Hello. What's up, people? We excited. We got a big undertaking tonight.
Oh my God. I've been waiting to do this, and this worked out really well to do this tonight, and thank you so much for jumping in and taking this upon your shoulders. It's gonna be a lot of fun. That's all I know.
It is.
It is. A blanket hello to all you guys in the chat. We see you guys. Thank you so much for having patience with us, and as we get this thing set up, definitely a lot of planning goes into it. But a quick shout out definitely to all the channel members, all the Patreon members, and we've got Super Tenor, we got my man Ronan, Theo's in the house, and we will definitely cover Season of the Witch. This is the entire franchise. This character's from every single movie, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. What's up, RJ? Melissa's in the house. Good to see you, Melissa. Let's see, Board Now is in the house. What's up, man? Oh my God. He's too funny. Scott, what's up, man? Good to see you as well. Let's see who else we got. You guys. Mr. Rick, what's up, man? Good to see you. Okay, you're gonna be listening tomorrow. Can't stay, but thank you for jumping by. We appreciate that. Very, very cool. Let's see, who else do we got? We got Julie's in the house. What's up, Julie? Yeah. Saying she's glad that Rachel is back. Absolutely. Yeah, man. It's gonna be fun, man. That's all I can say.
It is.
That's all I can say. Paula, what's up to you? Hope you're doing well. And everyone else that's jumping in. Seriously, thank you for coming in. It looks like we got a full house pretty much, man. Good to see all of you guys. T85. All right. Very, very cool. Michael's in the house. Jason, Dyer, and Van are in the house. What's up?
Hey,
and
Jason,
Jean.
I got my knitting needles waiting for you.
Oh my God, he was on the run from you the other night.
He was.
He said Rachel might come after me. I'm like, yeah. Oh man. Jean, what's up? Good
Hey,
to see you.
Jean.
All right. And let's do this too. Before we get going, and I do want to make sure I take the time for this because, and especially in the last couple of days, a lot of people, including our good buddy Ronan, was basically Santa Claus and gifting out so many memberships. I want to definitely take a moment to say thank you to all you guys that are either part of our channel membership or our Patreon. So let's pull up the card and let's give you guys. got a lot of people, bro. It's awesome. Thank you guys so much, and especially you guys that have been around for a long, long time. It is definitely appreciated. Very cool. Very cool. And also, just to say a shout out to a couple of our newest Patreon members. We got Norris and Let's Go Brandon. So thank you guys for joining Patreon. And of course, if you would like to jump in on the fun, you can just catch us over at Patreon, or you can become a channel member by hitting the join button next to the subscribe button. And we do exclusive streams, watch parties, hangouts. We got some big stuff planned for you guys as time comes on, and also for our 3-year channel anniversary this Friday. I'm gonna tease it like this, but we've been blessed. We have multiple giveaways for this anniversary stream, and 2 of those giveaways will be only for channel members or Patreon members, and they're amazing giveaways. And but we wanted to make sure we thanked all of you guys that are able to take that extra step of generosity. So thank you guys so much, seriously. Okay. Woo-hoo. Let's see what we got. And Jamie's in the house too. What's up, Jamie? Let's bring up this list here, Rachel.
This list.
Let's not delay anymore.
Wow.
Okay. Here we go. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through as many of these as we can. We probably will not get through them all. I'm pretty sure we won't.
No, I didn't know.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with this. But for you guys in the chat, we want to know what you guys would pick as well. And every so often, I'm just gonna pick someone who's either a channel member or a Patreon member out of the stream, the live chat, and let you guys get the ultimate decision on where these characters will go. Okay. Now, these are our categories. As always, we've got the cream of the crop, the top of the top. Okay. Basically a character that is amazing, flawless, masterpiece. Okay. Next up, we've got the blackest eyes. The blackest eyes. And that means that the character is a really good character. You really, really enjoy that character. And then we've got Audrey. You guys know we're talking about a franchise that is from our good buddy Michael Audrey Myers. And that basically means that the character is all right. You could take it or leave it. Shot him 6 times means that you're not a big fan of that character. You're not a big fan of that character. And of course, Trick or Treat Mother means they are absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Okay. All right. So, hey, what's up, Drew? Good to have you here, man. Okay. So, Rachel.
All righty.
You didn't know you were going to get into all this. All right.
Oh, dear.
So, let's start off from the beginning. First character up, we got our good buddy, Josh Hartnett from Halloween H2O. Okay. Obviously, Laurie's amazing to some and maybe not so amazing son. John. Okay. So, where should he go in your opinion, Rachel?
John. I mean,
John.
He was pretty much like most teenage characters in slasher films back in the late 90s, wasn't he? Chip on his shoulder. Look, I know he's dealing with his mum, and his mum's not the easiest to deal with in this movie. Laurie's got some issues. And maybe it's just because I'm older now and I can't deal with teen characters. But I think, look, he's not great. So he's either got to be Audrey. I think I'm going to go with Audrey. He's not so offensive that I'd put him in Shot 6 times. But he's definitely, given that he's Laurie Strode's son, you'd think the kid would have come out a little bit better. Like, look where he's coming from. Look at the cloth he's cut from. But for me, good old John is going to go in Audrey because he ain't all that.
Okay, all right.
What about you, Knight?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Hey, look, Coriander's in the chat going, Audrey.
Hey, Coriander.
What's up, babe? Oh my gosh. Hey, look, Jamie said Josh is the cream in everything.
Look, I'm always a Josh Hartnett fan, but like, nah, man, not in this one.
It's too funny. You guys are starting out already. And of course, if anyone has a really good comment that really just cracks us up, then you're definitely probably going to get your wish, and we'll put that character in that spot. Julie, our resident wig master, saying, "Oh, he's rocking the cuckoo nest hair."
Oh, gee.
All right. Look, man. I'm a fan of Josh Hartnett, seriously, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I was not the biggest fan of him in H2O, and I ranted about this in our H2O deep dive discussion, also in our Sins edition of Halloween H2O. Check those out if you haven't. And I'm like, look, bro, you're a kid, okay? Michael Audrey Myers is the fastest slow walker of all time. My grandmother could outrun Michael if need be.
Dear.
And he's running, him and Michelle Williams, and somehow, Michael catches up to them and stabs him in the leg. Okay? No. You do better, buddy. Do better. If it was me, he's got to go and shot him 6 times.
Oh, wow. Okay. With no love for John around here.
He had a couple, he was fine. He was fine. You guys know I get a little worked up with H2. I know Coriander's like, oh no, don't say it. It's true.
Coriander's taking the gloves out.
It's true. Hollow Scream H2O. It's true. We had scream music. Michael's slashing through the gate like Ghostface.
Oh my God, what was that scene? He's just flailing about.
Yes. Yes.
Terrible.
She's gonna say it. I've always enjoyed H. I know. It's all right. It's
a fun watch. It is a fun watch, but it doesn't have the greatest characters.
It doesn't. And look, Super Tender coming in hot off the press. $2.
Oh, yeah. His hair.
His hair is trick or treat, mother. It's true, man. Good call.
That was
bro.
Some bad late 90s hair. That was.
Oh my God. It was shameful, man. It was shameful. So look, let's do this. I'm thinking he's got to go in shot 6 times.
I can deal with that. Look, I'm not a massive fan of him, so you know what? I think he's okay there.
Okay, let's do that. All right, good. We agree on that. All right. Okay, next up. Now listen. I did not arrange these characters, okay? But we are going back to H2O. Let me just say this. And shout out to my brother, Steven, from Craving Something Scary, of course. And I know he loves H2O. And I like H2O a lot. And sometimes I really, really like it. But look, man, when you've got 4 different masks in one movie, and one of them is the CG mask,
exactly.
Yes on you. So look, our next character is the CG mask of Michael Audrey Myers. Rachel, where does he have to go?
CG Michael is going straight to Trick or Treat, mother. I mean, come on. Like the witchy mask from Halloween 6 is even better than this CGI crap. I mean, come on.
Yes. Yes.
Oh dear. And look, I love H2O as well. It comes on the heels of that slasher boom from the mid-90s, which I absolutely adore. But like Michael in this one, he's not that scary. I mean, he's wandering around and since when does Michael Myers reach through a gate and try to like slash someone? Like, what was that?
I know.
That was like, oh, that was like some B-grade movie bullcrap. So yeah, the CGI mask, it's going straight to trick or treat mother living down the bottom there.
Okay, all right. Look, Jeff agrees. He's like, yeah,
Yes.
man. Hey, look, Theo. Theo said the cream just because it's so crazy. Yeah. Hey, look. Hey, look. You know, when you do this long enough, the people that watch you the most, they know what to expect. Julie says, I knew the CGI mask
Yeah,
would be on here. She knows, man. She watches our stuff. Because look, when I get on H2O, man, that's one of my biggest gripes. It's like, it's 1998, guys. We got enough money to do better. Okay.
Mhm.
In the 80s, I can let it slide a little bit. But come on, y'all. Do better.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he's got to go at the fucking bottom.
Mhm. Absolutely.
There's no doubt about it. All right. Now, before we go to our next character, we got a channel member anniversary for our good friend, Carrie Craves
Yay.
Cinema. 21 months. Wow,
Awesome.
Carrie. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Number one, for being a channel member and being such a huge supporter, not only here, but of this whole community. We miss you so much. We hope you're doing well and glad to have you stopping by saying, she says, I love Halloween H2O. Ho take. That
Okay.
one arm drop is iconic. I also love the Night Watch Zone.
No.
It's an absolute honor. We love you too. We love you too, girl. Oh my God. The one arm drop was awesome. It was awesome. It was so awesome that they recreated it in Resurrection. It's
Yeah,
like,
oh my God. Oh, Resurrection. Oh
what is this,
dear.
the new Michael movie? Come on, man. Like, don't mess it up. All right.
Oh, brilliant.
All right. Next character. Well, you knew we had to get into some Rob Zombie, so we're going to
Oh,
Rob
dear.
Zombie's Halloween from 2007, and Ronnie, played by the great William Forsythe. Look, when you talk about stepdads, woo,
God.
I mean, bro, he is just a gag reel. He really is. So, Rachel,
Mhm.
what do you
Oh,
think about
this dude is like everything that's wrong with the kind of characters that Zombie loves to use, isn't he? He is just like the most hillbilly, white trash. I'm gonna come over there and skull F the thing out of you. It's like, come on, dude, like pull it together. He's literally screaming at a baby. Like, this is just this dude is trick or treat mother. Like, come on, just look at the screen cap alone.
Yeah, the screen cap is great. That wasn't me, man. I just got the image, you know. I was just like,
Oh, I know Zombie loves these types of characters. I know that that's like his thing, but it's like sometimes you watch them and you're like, dude, come on. Does every single one of your characters have to be some disgusting low-life hillbilly inbred, like backwater Texas Chainsaw ripoff? It's so bad.
that's true. Oh Lord.
Oh,
Hey,
dear.
look, Theo is holding the torch saying, I actually love Resurrection. Well, Theo, I'm gonna tell you what.
You, Theo.
No, Resurrection is getting a cult following, bro. It's like, wow.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
let me just say this, Theo. And I think you might be newer here, so welcome. Number one. Number two, definitely check out my Halloween playlist. Resurrection is one of those films that it's like it's a fun watch because there's absolutely moments that are kind of cringe. There's no doubt, but
Oh yeah.
there is fun in it. It's a good example of a movie that has cringe moments here and there, but I have fun with it. And obviously I must have fun with it because we joke about it here on the channel in a fun way, you know. So Theo, keep holding that torch, man. Much appreciated. You guys are too funny. Julie's calling out characters. She says, don't tell me the Rob Zombie H2 Die is a character on this list. Shout out to Hobo Myers, man. You guys know what's up.
Yeah.
T Parker is saying Ronnie's the cream. He stole that breakfast scene. He did.
I mean, he did, but maybe not in a good way, though.
He definitely stole it, man. Board now says he's got to go.
Yeah, he does. Agreed.
Carrie said Ronnie's a Jerry Springer reject.
He totally is, isn't he? Oh, you can absolutely see him on the Jerry Springer.
That's good. Oh my god, that's
So
awesome.
good.
I love
Oh
that, kid.
dear.
It was good.
Ah,
And Julie's got the link for Rachel's channel in the
cheers.
chat right here. So make sure you guys support and subscribe to Rachel. I also have her link in the description of this live stream. All right. Jeff said trick or treat. Honestly speaking, that's the worst part about the first Rob Zombie's Halloween. I don't need to know about Michael's parents. The less I know is better. Yeah, well said. Well said. All right. So we're going. Gary won't let it go. He's the one who got kicked off the show.
He's the one that bouncer Steve is coming and throwing out,
Oh,
bodily
yeah.
throwing out the door.
Oh my god. All right. It looks like so you're going with trick or treat, mother?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's do it. Let's do it. And I love William Forsythe as an actor. Let me just
Oh,
put that out there.
I mean, he sells it so well. That's why it's so gross,
does.
you know?
He
It's
does.
like he commits.
He does. All right. Next up, we got Frank from Halloween 2018, played by the great Will Patton. Frank, what do you
I
think?
love Frank.
I
Look,
do too.
Frank, so this is Frank from 2018, isn't it? So we're
Yes.
doing it movie by movie. Okay, so I
Mhm.
think Frank from 2018 gets blackest eyes. He does level up in the next one, but I think in the first one, because we are just first introduced to him and there's, you know, he doesn't get that much action, but he's pretty awesome, you know? Like,
Mhm.
he knows what's up. He's basically like, Michael has to die. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, listen to the dude. Plus, I love any interaction he has with Laurie. I love that bit outside the side of the house where she almost shoots him and she's like, Jesus, Frank, what are you doing? And he's like, what are you doing? It's just like them just yelling at each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
They had-
And I
they had
also
great-
love his response to when she's all like, oh, I prayed every night that he would, you know, escape. And he's like, well, that was a dumb thing to do. It's like, yeah, it was, Frank.
right?
So
Oh my
2018 Frank gets blackest eyes. If we come across the next version of Frank, we'll see how he goes. But I'm thinking blackest eyes for Frank. What about you?
I'm thinking I can agree with that. I can agree with that because I think he was a really good character. Like you said, we just got introduced to him. We didn't really get too deep. And he did have there was some great scenes with Laurie. I really enjoyed that. I think Will and Jamie Lee Curtis have great chemistry. So I can agree with that. I think we can do Blackest Eyes. Now, if anyone in the chat has an objection to that or would rather him go in one of the other categories, let us know. Ronan saying, dude, Rachel's my favorite guest of all time. She is awesome. She is awesome.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yes. Jamie's going with Blackest Eyes. Yeah. There you go. Julie said, shout out to Frank for surviving getting run over by an SUV.
Absolutely. Yes.
Julie spitting facts out there. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Carrie said, I'm biased when it comes to Will Patton, so don't ask me. I know. I love
Fair
him.
enough.
He's such a great character actor, man.
Yeah.
He really, really is. Oh my gosh. Jeff saying Blackest Eyes. Okay. All right. Let's see. Hey, we got Russell in the chat. What's up, Russell? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. We're going through these franchise characters from Halloween, and it's already been a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. Oh my god. No objection from Jamie. All right. So I think we're going to be going with Blackest Eyes here, man. I think that's what we're going to be doing. Okay. Frank is going to the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. Okay, next up. Now, this is where we get really interesting. We've got Laurie from, once again, we're messing with, this was not
H2O.
This was not, oh my God. Listen, there's some people who I know are huge H2O fans. I wish they were here in the chat right now because they probably like, Night, you're setting this up. Yeah. I did not. I'm gonna shuffle some of this order anyways, but I did not set up the order. So for Laurie in Halloween H2O, Rachel.
Oh, it's Laurie Strode, man. She's the cream. But look, H2O Laurie is probably one of my favorite iterations of her. I was watching a video just the other day that was talking about how this is probably the most realistic portrayal of Laurie. Like, as much as I love the Sarah Connor Laurie, because I do, that one is a slightly heightened Laurie. Whereas this Laurie, you know, borderline alcoholic, bad relationship with her son, trying to hide from Michael, she gets plus that moment towards the end of H2O when she's got the axe and she walks out into the shadows, she just screams, Michael! Chills, man. You know, like this girl, she means business. She is coming for you, mofo. So this Laurie, definitely cream. She's fantastic. And I really love watching H2O when, just for her, I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is always great. She's always fantastic. And she gets some great moments in this one. So cream for me. Anyone disagrees? I swear I've got my knitting needles somewhere. Just got to find them. Agree, Julie. The head chop. Mwah, iconic. Yeah. So good.
You know what I loved about let me bring us on here for a second. You know what I loved about the head chop, and I've said this when we've talked about it. For me anyways, because I get super geeky about this shit. Sometimes it's the little details. And Jamie Lee Curtis, in my opinion, just my opinion, she's just so fantastic. And when she has that moment where she's looking at Michael and Michael's looking back at her and he's reaching out, she has this one little, it's like a split second, maybe a second, where she kind of gets a little bit like a smirk, kind of like a, and then wham, like little things like that. It's almost as if to say she not hesitated, but she contemplated the situation with her brother, right? You know, after all these years and finally coming face to face with the boogeyman. And I just love that scene. It's a fantastic scene. One of my favorite scenes in the movie, maybe in the franchise. So
it's a great scene. And at that point in time, it was a great ending. And then resurrection happened.
Right. Yeah. You know what? I couldn't believe it. I might have to do a video on that just to recollect, because when I first saw it, I was like, oh shit. Well, there ain't no coming back from that.
I know, right? Me too. It was like, well, you can't come back from that. And then Resurrection said, excuse me, hold my beer. Here we go. We got too cocky and too confident.
Oh my God. It's too funny.
I know.
Oh man, everybody's saying the cream, Ronan, Jamie, Carrie, Julie.
La creme. Agree.
La creme. Every time he writes that, I think of, you ever see Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Bastards?
Yeah.
Yes. When when Hans is eating the Danish, the strudel.
Yes, the strudel with the cream. Yes. Oh, that scene's a tense scene.
Wasn't it? Man,
yeah.
I'm telling you what, at some point, you know, I'm definitely going to get into stuff like that, because there's a lot of great stuff out there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that was a great scene. Okay. All right. So Laurie Strode is going to the cream. But guess what? We've got another Laurie Strode from 78. From 78. So what do we think?
This is the OG. Is there something above cream? Because the OG belongs in like her own special category. I mean, this is where the final girl trope really kicked in. You know, we had others. We'd had Sally Hardesty and Jess Bradford, who were both fantastic, you know, but Laurie Strode came in and she said, I'm taking the crown. And if Sydney Prescott hadn't come along, she would be number one. But yeah, look, Laurie Strode from 78 with her knitting needles and her, you know, hiding in the closet and doing everything she can to protect those kids. The coat hanger.
Who would have thought?
I know, the last time I rewatched Halloween, I was like, this girl she is creative. She is grabbing every single thing she can and just stabbing this dude with it. Like, the girl's doing some damage. So, like, Laurie Strode, OG, cream of all creams, just, goddess in my eyes. She's gonna go all the way up the top.
She is, man. Every time I watch that movie, and you guys, I'm just gonna tease it, but the fall is coming up. So that's all I gotta say. But every time I watch 78, there's a warmness that just happens in my heart when I see her. You know what I'm saying? Because she's just so good, man. Ronan saying that's where I get it from. Yeah, okay, Inglourious Bastards. Yes, I love that movie, man. Wait for the cream. I love it. I love it. Good. Gary said there was a purity to Laurie at 78. She was innovative and smart, even though she was scared shitless. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yep. Melissa saying beyond the cream. That's right. That's right. So yeah, I mean, I think I was just curious to see if anyone would object to that. I know our good friend Jen, if If she was in, I was hoping Jen was
Jen.
going to be here. And Jen, if you're watching the replay, hope you're feeling better. But Jen would have probably said trick or treat.
Yes, she would have. Esther.
And then I would have had to veto it because Laurie's the cream.
Yes, she is.
The cream. All right. Next up, we've got Tina.
Oh no. Tina. Oh,
Yes.
Tina. Oh dear.
That's right. That's right. Listen, and let me just say this too, and this is always all for fun. You guys know, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for Rachel too, but I love this franchise, the highs and the lows, the good characters and the not so great characters. Shout out to Wendy Kaplan because that girl put some energy out there in this movie as Tina, but we got to put her in a category, Rachel. So where do you think Tina has to go?
Oh, Tina. Look at Tina. I don't find Tina as annoying as everyone else finds her. Like, I know that people were really annoyed that Rachel was killed off early and then we got Tina instead. And I totally get that because Rachel was a great character from number 4.
That's right.
Yeah, see, like, Tina, look, she's definitely annoying. And some of her interactions with Loomis, it's like, girl, he's like 60
Don't
years
you know
old.
who
Like,
this
don't
man
give him a heart
is?
attack. Exactly. She
Kind of
treats
a
him with such
legend.
disrespect. And she's just
No.
But I think she's okay. I would probably put her in Audrey because I actually think Tina is all right. I do not hate her with the passion that everyone else does. Some great 80s outfits going on, you know, and she's having a good time, you know.
She is. She's having the best time.
She is. She's just having a good Halloween night. You know, it's not her fault that she stumbled into all of this hoo-ha. So for me, she's going Audrey, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, Jamie is saying Audrey. Board is saying trick or treat or Audrey.
That's a big leap.
It kind of is.
It kind of is.
Gary said, hashtag give Wendy Kaplan some props. Yes, indeed. I love Wendy Kaplan. And if I get the chance to interview her, I'm going to be so happy. But I'm still going to tell her there were moments where it's like, come on, girl.
I know, right? Use your head.
She's awesome, though. I love it, though. Ronan. God.
Oh, dear.
All right. So I think Audrey is a good place for her. Again, she understood her assignment. Okay. Yes. And she did what she had to do. So unless anyone in the chat, let's do this for the fun of it, because I know Tina can be such an interesting character. Unless anyone in the chat thinks that she should be anything less than Audrey, if you feel strongly about that, let us know. Super Tender says she's the cream.
Tina Cream.
Listen. We're not going to do what we did last week, okay?
No, we're not.
We're not going to do that. Last week, everybody was the cream.
Everyone was the cream last week.
No.
Yeah.
I
think Audrey's a good place to put poor Tina.
All right, let's go with Audrey for poor Tina. All right. All right. Now, this is an interesting one coming up. We're still rocking Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, and we're talking about Jamie Lloyd, the great Danielle Harris, who spent, I believe, at least 35 minutes mute. And this is one of those scenes. So, Rachel, what do you think about Jamie Lloyd? Where should she go?
Again, if we were talking, say, movie 4, I'd probably put her a bit higher, like maybe Blackest Eyes, because I actually think Jamie is a really interesting protagonist because she's one of the few child protagonists of a movie. You usually have with slashers, you get teenagers, you get adults. So to have a child, especially in the 4th one, a lot of the peril is very overblown because it's like, oh my God, this is an actual kid. And the end of Halloween 4 is just so good. However, Halloween 5... because they kind of backtrack a little bit on the ending of 4. You know, she's in the mental institution and then she spends, like you said, a good portion of the movie mute. And I feel like in this movie, she's more of just like the MacGuffin. She's basically what Michael's trying to get to, and he's going
Right.
through everyone to get to her, but she herself doesn't seem to have that much agency in this. So I think she'd be Audrey in this one, just because they remove like a big part of her agency and her autonomy that she had in the fourth one. So love Danielle Harris. She's always fantastic. I saw her in so many things when I was younger because she was around in the 90s a lot. But I think in number 5, they do diminish her character a bit. So for me, she's going in Audrey. What do you reckon?
You know, I think I think you said it very well. You know, she didn't have the same oomph in the first, whatever it is, 50% of this film. And to me, if they were going to go this route, then I think that Rachel should have had more oomph, but instead they made those choices. Now, granted, Loomis carried this thing, and that's great. But I just think they made a misstep with Jamie Lloyd as a character, and that's fine. But this is tough because I love Danielle Harris. I think
you do want to give extra points just because it's her, don't you?
I do, which is wrong. I shouldn't do that. I think I don't know, man. I think she's around Audrey. I think that's kind of where I would either I hate to say this, but either Audrey or Shot 'Em 6 times. Because just looking at the whole movie, and if we were talking about the second half of the movie, then it would definitely be at least Audrey or Blackest Eyes. But I just think that the choice they made with her character, I wasn't as behind her. T. Parker is like Blackest Eyes. She carried it. I hear you. Jeff also, there's a lot of love for Jamie Lloyd here, saying it's not her fault. She's still the cream. That's on the writers and the director. Okay.
It is a good point, but unfortunately we then have to deal with what her character is in the movie. So I think putting her in Audrey is a safe bet. People seem to think that, I think Audrey would be a good one. Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Scott. I agree with that. All right, so let's go with Audrey on this one. All right. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for some of this. Listen, and we are not picking on specific movies, but we are back to Halloween 5 with the greatest mask of all time for Michael Audrey Myers. Listen, as a kid, let me take you guys back. As a kid, when I saw this movie and the first time I saw Michael, the mask anyways, I was like, what? Wait a minute, what happened? Because the poster work for 4 and 5 have the OG mask.
Yes, they do.
And they fooled me in 4, right? And for 5, I was like, are they gonna fix this? And they were like, no, Knight, we're gonna make it worse. We're gonna make it worse. Oh, sweet goodness. Listen.
Oh dear.
Oh my God.
This mask is so bad.
It really is.
I saw someone describe it as like an alien who landed in a cornfield and didn't know how to get out. And I'm like, that is actually a really good description.
Yes, that is.
It's so. It looks almost witchy. Like this mask could have been in Season of the Witch. That would have been fantastic. Yes. That would have worked. But this mask was a terrible. If I remember correctly, again, Michael in the 5th one, he's not as. I can't remember who plays him in this one, but I don't find him as menacing. Yeah, that's the one. I think he's got some good kills in this one, like the pitchfork and the barn scene. That one's always fun. And I also think that earlier in the film, they employ some of the tactics from 78, where we have a bit of a voyeurism going on, especially when he's like watching Rachel at the house before he comes in to kill her. So I think that's good. But that mask that you really do. And unfortunately with Michael, the mask is such a big part of his character, I mean, that's why you have in 2018, you have that moment, when he's at the car boot and he puts the mask. I mean, I remember sitting in the cinema and my face was like, yeah, come on, put the mask on. So it needs to be impactfthe And so when you change it into these weird, like little knockoffs where it's so obvious that it looks like someone's like seen the original movie once, gone to sleep, had a dream about it, and then tried to recreate their dream version of the mask. Like that's kind of what it looks like. And it's just and the hair, the orange hair.
Yes. It's like, what is going on with the hair, bro? It's
It's
like, look,
were
listen,
we watching Chucky last night and we just thought his dude looked really cool? So, you know.
it's so true. Hey, look, let me also just say this. The thing is, when you first see him, they showed the flashback to the end of 4, and right off the bat, when he's crawling into the water, you can tell something's not right. And look, here, I'm gonna play this for you guys too. Sometimes when I watch it, this is what I hear inside my mind.
Heavy.
He's swimming.
Oh, that is so good. It really be like that though, doesn't it? He's just having a nice little, he's just getting washed down the river. Oh, yes. So I'm thinking we're putting this dude in shot 6 times, or maybe even trick or treat. He's not doing so well.
He's not doing so well, man. Listen, let's see what you guys think. I agree with what you said. It's got to be one of the bottom 2. Let's see what these guys are saying in the chat. T. Parker knows what's up. He said, "Not the Nicolas Cage mask." Treat. That's right.
Great. Now every time I watch 5, I'm just gonna be thinking, tie yellow ribbon around the old oak tree, because this boy's coming home.
Right. Hey, what's up? Jerry's in the chat. What's up, Jerry? Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Oh Lord. Paula said she's going with the cream. The movie's about him. Now, if you look at it like that, okay, maybe. But I can't. I don't know. I can't say it.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh my God. Jamie's going with trick or treat. Ronan's going with trick or treat. Julie said, "Bro turned into an alien. Scraped his mask going down the water slide."
Oh, so good, so true.
That was good. All right, Julie, you win with that. That was great.
That was
Jamie
awesome.
said the mask was ridiculous. It was.
It was.
Oh my God. Super Twitter said, "I just remember getting mad in the theater for part 5 because 4 had been so good. I was a teen and we just roasted it." Ooh.
Yeah.
I can only imagine, man. Oh Lord. Julie's like, we. Hey, what's up, Dominic? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. They like the clip,
it's brilliant.
Man. Dominic's gonna be hanging out with us tomorrow night, man. Tonight was a Halloween extravaganza. Tomorrow night is gonna be a Friday. I haven't even put the live up yet, but I will after this. But we're gonna go to Camp Crystal Lake and hang out for a little bit tomorrow night. So
nice.
All right, so I'm thinking he's got to go in one of the bottom 2, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Look, I will say this: Don Shanks did some great stuff. There were some good moments, a couple good kills. I'm thinking shot 6 times, man.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he deserves to be right down the bottom. So yeah,
right.
I think shot 6 times is good.
All right. Next up, Crazy Loomis. Loomis in Halloween 5.
Oh, Crazy Loomis. Oh, Loomis.
Yes. Look, hey, listen. Loomis was grabbing kids, yelling in their face, using them as bait. Loomis hasn't been this hardcore since the end of Halloween 2, when he blew up half of a hospital.
Oh,
with no regard to human life.
To anything else? Yeah, let's just blow up. But this one, I remember when I first was watching it, the first time I saw it, I'm like, Loomis, put the child down. We're not using children as human shields. Let's put Jamie over here. And just the way he just grabs her and he's like, Michael! It's like, dude, that is a child. Like,
it was, do you want the little girl? Come and get her. Come on, Michael. Get the little girl. It's like, what is going? Listen, Halloween has become politically incorrect. It's been like, wow. Hey, look, Scott knows what's up. If that girl dies tonight. Hey,
we're just out here using kids as human shields, and baiting Michael Myers with them.
Yes, like even when they were baiting Michael to come to the house, when Loomis stood outside alone and he knew Michael was in the woods. He's like, she'll be there waiting for you. It's like, What?
Dude, that's a kid. What are you doing? The kid's not waiting for him. The kid's under her bed going, get away from me, crazy man.
Oh my god. I love him though. I love him. When we did Halloween Fest 2 and we watched Halloween 5. I kid you not, man. I almost want to go back and watch that right now. Even and I, we all of us, we were laughing and having such a ball, and not in a bad way. Like, it's just that Loomis got so intense and just Loomis was like, I'm tired of this shit. We got to end this one way or another.
Loomis is like, none of these dudes are listening to me. I just got to take matters into my own hands. And if that means using a child as human bait, so be it. This is what you get for not listening to me for 10 years now? So I think he's reached the end of his rope. Yes.
He did. Nothing Man's in the chat going with the cream. All right. And Troy the cream is going with the cream. That's awesome. Oh my god. T. Parker saying the whole take, Crazy Loomis is my favorite Loomis. He said, F them kids. Michael died tonight.
Yeah, he did.
True. I love that. It was great. All right. So yeah, we gotta go with the cream on this.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Crazy Loomis is crazy cream.
He is, man. He is. All right. Next up. And it's funny because we just did our Battle World episode where we had Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers against Jason X, and we talked a little bit about Kara. So next up is Kara Strode from The Curse of Michael Myers. Now, this I'm gonna let you go first. I would she's Laurie's cousin.
That's right.
She's Laurie's cousin, and she's the mother of Danny and the little kid. And they obviously, it was the whole cult of Thorn thing, man, where the magic stones are in effect. And Kara, I will say, Kara had this one badass scene where her and Tommy and Loomis, they basically get captured, and she goes and runs into the bedroom. There's nowhere else for her to go. She looks at the window, doesn't hesitate. She runs and jumps out of that friggin' window. I mean, she pulled a Trish from Friday the 13th Part 4, and she just jumped. And I got to give her credit for that. But what do you think? Where should Kara go? Kara Strode.
I have to admit, The Curse of Michael Myers is one of my least favorite in the franchise. This is where the movie just starts to go so crazy. I mean, the whole Circle of the Black Thorn was really bizarre. The whole movie, I'm like, why does Michael Myers want a baby? What's he gonna do with a baby? Eat it? Right? It's just like, why are you so intent on getting this baby? Oh, I'm gonna raise this baby in my evil ways. No, man, it doesn't work. And then you've got like creepy, bloody Tommy, what's his face, played
Doyle.
by Paul Rudd. Tommy Doyle, who's turned into like a creeper. So I actually think Kara was one of the better characters in this movie, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
She, I mean, if I remember correctly, her dad was a bit of an ass, and she would stand up to him, and then like she was very protective of her son, who, if I remember, was also really creepy and had some weird connection to Michael. They never really explained that. So I don't think she deserves cream, but I think she could go in the blackest of eyes, because like you said, she gets pretty badass towards the end, and given that it's a movie full of awful characters, it stands out. So, look, I think I'd either put her in Audrey or Blackest Eyes. We'll see what everyone else says, but I think she could sit between those two, because every other character in this movie is just bizarre. Evil creep tonight. Super Tennis says evil creep tonight. Okay.
Carrie's like, I did not like her whatsoever. Julie said boo.
Oh, wow. Okay. No love. No love for Kara.
No love for Kara Strode.
Kara.
And Ronan, yes. Halloween 5. Yep, that was a fun one. And you had some good laughs on that one too, man. It was a fun watch party, man. It really, really was. Let's see. Jeff is saying he's going with the blackest eyes. Scott's going with the blackest eyes. Board Now's going with the blackest eyes.
Okay.
Nothing Man is saying Swan Dive notwithstanding. Kara is cream. Oh wow.
Wow. Okay.
Melissa's going with Audrey. Okay. Julie cracks me up, man. She said she can get an Audrey for the window dive. Yes.
Fair enough.
Jamie says, every time someone says "hoe take," I get a delightful little tickle in my belly, warm fuzzies. That's right, Jamie. That's
Oh,
right.
so good.
On your channel and here, the only places we could use "hoe take." It's
Yeah.
the only place it's been copywritten. Let's see. Hey, look, Carrie says, all I can think about is Paul Rudd, Tommy Doyle, giggling as he's smashing the fire extinguisher when he sees Michael coming towards him. He is giggling. Yeah, that was a funny scene. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Know we all like to joke about how Michael gets taken out by Busta Rhymes, right? Which is hilarious. But I think maybe the bigger embarrassment is being taken out by nicest guy alive on the planet, Paul Rudd. So
yeah,
I mean...
it's a good point. Yeah.
Oh dear.
T. Parker saying the blackest eyes, spot on night with the jumping out of the window. Colt scared the hell out of me. That's right, man.
Yeah, cults in general, very creepy.
That's right. Ronan said she should go with the trick or treat mother father. All right. Woo. Wow. All right. So look, Dominic said him giggling was funny, but also shows how kind of crazy he was. Yeah, touched by the evil. Yes.
Yep.
All right. I don't know. I think Kara could go. What did you say? You think Audrey?
I think either Blackest Eyes or Audrey. I think she's sitting somewhere in between. So you do the deciding factor. See which way you want to push her.
I think I want to go with Audrey. You know, she was all right. I mean,
I think that's fair.
Put it this way, she had some really good moments, right? But then, of course, she had some moments that were kind of like, and of course, that was part of the story and the way it was edited, depending on which version of the movie you're watching. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Audrey. I'm going to go with Audrey. Yeah. All right, next up, we got, here we go.
Rachel, Michael was starstruck by the sexiest man.
Yeah, he was. Ant-Man himself.
He was just all... He was just stopped in his tracks by Paul Rudd's beauty. He just
He was. You're so charismatic, Tommy. That's right. All right. So next up, we got the Man in Black, aka Johnny Cash, aka Dr. Wynn. Okay. Now, all right. I'll go first on this one, Rachel. Listen, it's not that, and I forgot the actor's name. He's actually a really good actor, but. He did what he was asked to do in the movie, but the reveal of who he was, it just, man, I had been waiting for that reveal since we had seen the little tease of him, and all throughout 5 and all that, the boots and all that, and it just felt like, I don't know, it just felt like it was underwhelming, man. So for me, I'm thinking Trick or Treat. That's me. I'm not really a big fan.
I'm on board with that because, like I just said, the whole cult thing doesn't work for me, and then the reveal, and then that, and everything. I think 5 and 6 they start to devolve into this really bizarre territory where I think they just wanted to keep building. Obviously with number 2 we got the brother storyline, and everyone, that was a bit of a polarizing thing, but it at least added to the mythology. And I just feel like they thought as they kept going along that they had to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so what can we do now? What can we do next? What can it be now? And so they went with this cult thing, and for me, it just didn't work because I don't like Supernatural in the Halloween franchise. I know that Michael is slightly elevated, obviously. You don't come back from the sort of damage, but I'm with you. Trick or Treat Mother, again, another character that was very forgettable and just not working. Boo,
all right. She said boo.
Are you booing us or the character?
Oh man. Super Dr. Wynn equals lose. That was good. Good for you. Carrie saying, I did not like his character. It felt forced and it just didn't fit in the Myers lore. That's well said, Carrie.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, here's the other thing about Wynn. Like, okay, you're running this cult. Okay, whatever. That's your thing. But you're bringing Loomis in. Why? Granted, now we want to see Loomis, but he's bringing in Loomis out of retirement, and then when Loomis and obviously is opposing him, he's like, well, let the doctor take some time to think it over. It's like, what kind of cult are you running, man? We already know that you guys are not efficient. You got this huge ass facility, with the longest hallways in the history of the world, and you've only got 30 people in the cult. So it's like, what are you guys doing? You know, the whole
piddly
movie
cult, isn't it? It's not very impressive when you think about it. And it's like, and you guys are controlling Michael Myers?
Right.
Really?
Right. You guys hold the key to the shape of evil. Like in the beginning of the movie, when the nurse steals Jamie's baby and she's got Jamie, there is no one in any place on that level. They are look, they might as well have been on Mars. There was not another living soul anywhere around, and that hallway was like longer than 3 continents. And I was like, where's your boys? Where's your crew? You know what I'm saying?
They're not a very well organized cult, are they? No. They need some management skills.
No. Oh my God.
Oh, dear.
All right. Okay. Look at Jamie. Jamie says, I can't put anything from 4, 5, or 6 high. I'm not a fan of those movies. I know. It's a big hoe take. Jamie. Julie said, I'm with you. Oh, then she said, well, I liked 4, but not 5 and 6. Oh, man. My God. Gene is heading on out. Gene, thank you so much for hanging out with us, saying, have to go. Have a great night. This is a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Gene. Gene, like, shows up in all of the streams. Yeah. When I upload a video and I do a premiere, Gene is right there in the chat, being positive and just being so supportive. I appreciate that. And it's definitely, it's noticed. So thank you so much, Gene. Have a good night. Very, very cool.
Okay, so man. I think Ronan's on my side. Ronan says, I think Rachel is the gist of his character. So from now on, unless I say otherwise, my vote shuffle under Captain Rachel's. I like that. Maybe I'll rename my channel Captain Rachel's.
Hey, you know what? I kid you not. That actually is pretty catchy. Because if I saw that name, I'd be like, whoa, I gotta check this out. I've never heard anyone call themselves Captain in their name.
Brilliant. I love it.
That's actually pretty cool. Wow. Cool. Wow. That's pretty good.
Dear.
Gene saying I will watch this tomorrow. Oh, thanks, Gene. We appreciate it. We're gonna have some really good laughs. Okay. So right. Yeah, Wynn's got to go and trick or treat. He's got to go to trick or treat. Yeah. He knows it. He knows it.
Oh no!
Here he is. Here he is. The greatest charmer of all time, the masculine man himself, Tom Atkins. Woo! Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Look, man.
Oh dear.
Tom Atkins is a legend. He really is.
He pulls, man. He pulls.
He is. Dr. Challis. Stop it!
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Hey, I won't lie, man. When I was a kid and I saw Halloween 3 on TV, it just creeped me the hell out. And even at the end, when it looks as though, hey, we lost, and it really stuck with me, and just his performance. So I'm saying Tom Atkins has to be the cream. It's not even, for me, it's not even a question. What do you think?
Okay, here's a hot take. Season of the Witch is my least favorite Halloween film of them all. And here's why. I'm not against an anthology. I'm not against the idea of doing Halloween without Michael. I think if you do it right, it could be done. However, this movie completely misled me. Like I said on our other stream, where are the witches? Like, I love a witch movie. So I got really excited. I'm like, yeah, man, Season of the Witch, let's go. Where are my witches? Right. Secondly, this movie is a bit more of a sci-fi horror, and sci-fi is not really my genre. It's not a genre that I mesh well with or that I particularly like. And so, this one is my least favorite for that reason. Now, that being said, Tom Atkins, I remember when I was doing this review with Board Now, I kept calling him Blonde Tom Selleck because that's who he reminded me of.
Yes.
And look, he does carry this movie well. He does. Yeah. He's a good lead. He's getting all the girls as per usual. He's out there. Yeah. He's kicking ass and taking names. He's not taking this one lying down. He's running around that factory trying to find out what is going on.
Yeah.
He's really going for it. So as much as I don't like the movie, I'm okay with putting the character in cream because I think for what the movie was and for what they were trying to do, he plays it very, very well. And he is a legend, Tom Atkins. Like he is great. I love watching watching him and behind the scenes. I love watching him
Yes.
in any kind of doco. The way he talks about these projects, he has a lot of passion for them and he has a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Blonde Tom Selleck. That's my name for him. And yeah, I think he can go in Cream. And yes, that end scene. I mean, he is just hamming it up so
He
bad.
is. Oh
And
my
it's
God.
a great ending because it, like you
It
said, they
is.
lose, and that
They
is
do.
kind of horrific when you think about it. And yeah,
Mhm.
I just love it. Just like, stop it, stop it,
Stop
it.
it!
Yeah, so we can go Cream for Blonde Tom Selleck. I think so.
Okay, all right. And I think the chat pretty much agrees. And
Hey,
hey, Ginger
Ginger.
Ninja, what's up, man? Jamie's going with the Cream. Jeff's going with the Cream. Miami Vice himself. That's
Yes,
good.
yes, exactly. All he needs are the sunglasses to take them off
That's
in slow
right.
motion.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my God. Troy said Atkins is easy peasy, super creamy. All right. Okay. Slasher and Suits, what's up, man? Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well, bro. Saying truth. Finally, someone said it. 3 stinks. Well, you know what? Here's the thing with 3. And for people that have been around for a long time or have watched a lot of my Halloween content, you've heard this story, but I gotta say it again. 3 is one of a couple of examples of a movie that when I was younger, I absolutely despised. And I truly did. And for a lot of the same reasons you said, Rachel. But the biggest thing for me was there was no Michael Myers. It was marketed horribly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
And I hated it for years. I'm talking years. And then when I was, it might have been at least 15 years or so before I even watched it again. And I decided, well, let me just watch it. I know it's not, a Michael movie. I know Michael wasn't meant to be in it. It's supposed to be an anthology. Let me just watch it for what it is. And I had cheesy fun with it. Now, a lot of that is because of Tom Atkins. And of course, some of the elements of it were just fun and campy. But it's one of a couple of examples of a movie that proved to me that you can hate something at one point. And when I say I hated it, I hated it. I truly did. If I was doing YouTube back then, it would have been like one of my least favorite movies ever. Okay, because I was just so pissed off. I really was. But again, I came around on it, and that's not saying other people will as well. But that's the thing about this movie is that back then they didn't market it correctly, and you're right too. Where are the witches? Now, granted, they didn't have a big budget. I do agree that if they had a little bit more of that element in it, it would have made it better. But I have fun with it for what it is. You know what I mean?
Fair
and
enough.
Of course, Tom Atkins, or I should say, Dr. Challis, as a character himself, I thought was great. So yeah, he's got to go to the Cream, man. Let's put him where he belongs.
Absolutely.
The Cream. The cream of the crop. And Julie, thank you for putting the link again in there for Rachel's channel, Captain
Thank
Rachel. That might become a thing.
I don't know. Thing now.
It might. I always throw out these little names, and Ronan started this one, so that's not a bad idea. Okay. Let's see. Let me just catch up with these guys a little bit. Jeff saying I agree with you. 3. I hate it when I first saw it. You take away the title for Halloween, just look at it as a horror movie. It's pretty good. Absolutely. Theo saying, I think 3 would have done much better if it wasn't under the Halloween title. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Bored Now saying, I agree. It could have worked better if it was the original film. Yeah, I totally agree, man. It's crazy how that happened back then. Seriously. Jamie. Uh-oh. Jamie.
Oh, no,
Jamie, I wish you were on here with us because I would love to see your facial reaction.
Oh,
She's like shaking my head. If I at 8 years old understood that Michael wasn't going to be in Halloween 3, why couldn't all those adults who went to see it and got
Oh, Jamie calling us all out.
Yes. Jamie's like, F that movie. She's the best.
Oh,
all right.
Dear.
So next up, we got Sheriff Brackett from 78. Sheriff Brackett, played by the great Charles Cyphers, who was a regular in a lot of those John Carpenter movies from the 80s. Okay, Rachel, what do you think? Where does he have to go?
Look, I love the sheriff. He's great.
Mhm.
And he gets one of the most iconic lines. It's Halloween. Everyone's
That's
entitled to one good scare. I mean, that
That's
one was
right.
iconic. I don't think I can put him in Cream, though, just because he's not in the movie enough. I don't
Right.
think there's enough of his character. So for me, I think
Mhm.
he can go Blackest Eyes. You know, he's Annie's dad. He gets some good lines. He gets that line. We get him in the movie, but, you know, not top of the cream because we just don't get enough to work with, I think. But
Mhm.
you have to put him high just because he has that iconic line. And I do love that when they bring him back in Kills, he says the line again, which is fantastic.
Yes.
I
Yes.
always love little shout outs like that. So I'm going Blackest Eyes for the sheriff.
All right, Blackest Eyes. Okay, let's see what we got going on in the chat. Jamie's cracking up. Carrie says, "It's season of the witch, kind of like Halloween Ends, how it's being received." You know, I would say there's some similarities, Carrie,
Yeah.
and you know me. I mean, Carrie's been around for a long time. I've said this multiple times. You know, Halloween Ends has some really good stuff in it. It does have missteps. I do think it was marketed incorrectly, you know, because they kept preaching that this is the final showdown of Laurie and Michael. And I think they were trying to give us that sense that the energy was going to be similar to Kills, you know, that Laurie is coming back, you know, to avenge Karen's death and so forth.
Yes.
And that's not what we got. So I do think with time, I do think time is going to be kinder to Halloween Ends rather than the opposite, you know, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But it's definitely very similar. And of course, the beginning of the movie, you see the font. It's the Season of the Witch font when Halloween Ends starts.
Yes, we pointed that out when we did our watch, and we were like,
Yeah.
they're warning us. They're telling us it's going to be different.
Yep. Yep. And Jamie Lee Curtis said it. She said, this is going to piss people off. They all said it. Of course, it's funny too, because back then, and for a lot of these guys that have been around for a long time, especially you know, on my streams or Steven's or the collective streams, you know, we were trying to predict what they meant by that, and we were way off, man. We were talking about radio towers.
Yes, the radio
all of this stuff, man. It was like, what? But that was the fun of speculating, you know.
Yes.
All right. So Jeff saying Blackest Eyes, Scott saying Blackest Eyes, and T. Parker said Audrey for not listening to Loomis. That's a good point. That's a good point.
True.
You let him out.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I think Theo said Ents made him mad. There you go.
Oh, me too, Theo. Me too.
Hey, look, Julie remembers everything, man. Julie is like our encyclopedia.
Was that a theory?
We talked about Laurie. See, Julie, I'm gonna have to get you on here, man. Seriously, I'm not playing around.
Absolutely.
For real, Julie, message me. You know, DM me. We got to talk about, because I just got an idea of something that could be pretty fun, like memory lane type of stuff that you would enjoy too. But we did talk about how we thought the radio tower was going to be the site of the finale. And I remember I said specifically, I could see it play out where Laurie and Michael are fighting and Allison would be involved and maybe save Laurie, or Laurie would sacrifice herself to save Allison. You know, bro, we were talking about so many things and we were so wrong.
And then we got quarried.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. All right. So let's say with Brackett, you're thinking Blackest Eyes?
I'm thinking Blackest Eyes, yeah.
All right, let's go with Blackest Eyes, because Brackett was all right. I love the scenes he had with Loomis. I really did. All right, next up is good old Bud from Halloween 2.
Bud.
Amazing Grace. You know the rest. You gotta listen to old Bud.
Oh dear. Bud's got to be mid, right? Like he's got to be going in like Audrey, yeah, because he's not that impressive. Oh dear. Look, I don't think he's that bad, but he's definitely not top level. So I'm thinking we're going Audrey for good old Bob.
Julie said boo. There you go. Yeah, but he was pissing off Jimmy a couple times in Halloween 2 as well, man. It's like, shut up, Bud. Carrie, I don't think Val is around, because I think Val would have already said something about the radio. I think she would have already said something.
but it's cream.
Wow, Scott said he's the cream.
No.
Wow. Harry says, "Oh my God, I hated him so much."
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I was not a fan of Bud.
Yeah. Paul is
But
going
I
with
think
Audrey.
he was obviously supposed to be one of those characters that you find irritating. Like, they weren't writing him to be, you know, likable or endearing. They're writing him to be the guy that you go, just get off the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello,
He
Jamie
don't
said,
like
"What is cream? He just F's up
F's
all the
up all
time."
the
Yeah, good
Yeah,
one.
that's one way
That
of
was
putting
good.
it. Yeah.
Ronan saying he don't like mushrooms. He hates mushrooms. That's right. Oh my God.
It was so corny.
All right.
Creamed corn.
Cream corn.
No.
So you're thinking Audrey.
I'm thinking Audrey. Pretty middle of the run, yeah. What do you reckon, Knight?
I think we'll go with Audrey on him. He's memorable, that's for sure.
That's true. Yeah.
So that helped him get to Audrey.
I think that's what's helping him. Yeah, the fact that he is memorable and he does stick out. Blackest eyes for that ass alone.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, well, I guess we know how certain people are scoring.
That's too funny, man.
Oh dear.
Ronan was saying Bud's got to go to trick or treat. Oh man.
I don't think Bud's that bad.
Oh man. Well, look who we got up next, man. Joe Grizzly. Joe Grizzly from Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Is this the dude that dies in the toilet?
Yeah. It's like, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
Oh no. Look, we're back to zombie. And zombie characters unfortunately don't get to rank too high because they're all so bad.
Wow.
Look, zombie's got I think he needs to go to therapy. He's got some issues that he's got to work out.
Oh, wow.
This dude's going down and trick or treat mother. I mean, come on. He's acting so tough and all like, come on, dude, take me on. It's like that's Michael Myers, buddy. Like it's Michael Myers in a Rob Zombie film, but it's still Michael Myers.
It's true. And
you know what? No, you go.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I find it's Tyler Mane, isn't it?
That plays Michael,
His Michael, one of the scariest Michaels. Like, I don't love the zombie films. Obviously, there's a lot to unpack with those films. But that's Tyler Mane, because he's so freaking tall and he's got that physicality, he scares the crap out of me. Yeah, so this dude acting all tough on the crapper, being all like, yeah, buddy, come on. It's like, nah, man, you're going down. You're going down to trick or treat mother.
All right, so look, listen, and these guys know, this character makes me smile so much. As soon as he gets out of his truck, he's just oh yeah, who's got the Cracker Jacks? Grizzly's in town. Listen, I'm telling you, man, he makes me smile so much. And Ken Foree as an actor, he's so legendary in horror, and I think he just had one of those moments and had a blast with this thing. And yes, Julie, he's the only character to die. Well, he wasn't on the toilet, but he started there.
Yes,
he started there. Jamie is going with the cream. Oh, no. All right. Ginger Ninja's going with the cream. Board now says blackest eyes. There you go. Carrie said, I loved him.
I've been outvoted this time around.
Looks like it so far. Our good buddy Eric's in the house.
Hey, Eric.
Have we placed the entire Cult of Thorn at the bottom yet?
We'll get there. We'll get there. Just give us time, Eric.
we ragged on H2O a little bit.
Yeah,
that was some. Oh my God. Let's see what else. We got here. T. Parker saying blackest eyes. Okay, we got a couple blackest eyes, man. I think it might go to blackest eyes.
Yeah, man. I think. Okay. I'll have to let this one go. I had a Taco Supreme and let me pass this beast in peace.
That's right. Hey, Eric saying can't stay long, but let's all make sure that Hobo Myers is placed as the cream of the crop. Eric, you know that is not gonna happen. Hobo Myers is not the cream. But thanks so much for being here, man. We appreciate you, and hope you have a good night, man. Oh my God.
Oh
These guys,
dear.
they know me pretty well. All right, so let's well, we got you
It's all
saying
right.
trick or treat.
That's
We got some people saying cream. I think that means he's got to go to Blackest Eyes.
He's
He's
gonna
got
go
to
to
go to
Blackest
Blackest
Eyes. Yeah,
Eyes.
yeah.
He's
Hmm.
just for intensity alone. All right. Next up, we got another Danielle Harris character. This time playing Annie in Rob Zombie's Halloween. Now I have some interesting thoughts on this, but what do you think, Rachel, for her performance in this first one?
Again, I love Danielle Harris. I think she's
Mhm.
always good, and I thought it was really fun that she came for this series, that she came back for this series and played Annie. Annie
Yeah.
was one of the few characters in Halloween that I actually liked. I actually
Mhm.
thought that Danielle did a great job with her. She wasn't as crass or as gross as some of the other characters were. Her
Right,
death
right.
scene is one of the most harrowing in that movie.
It's true.
And then I mean, sorry, rather her attack scene. And then when she comes in the second one, she has this one. I know we're talking about the first movie, but she does have this
Right.
one particular moment in the second one that I love, which is when she's in the bathroom and she turns and she sees that Michael's there. And I think that Danielle just plays the pure terror that she
Yes.
would feel in that moment.
Mhm.
So for Annie, I would probably put her in Blackest Eyes. I can't put her right up the top because, again, we're talking zombie and he's not great with characterization. But
Mhm.
I think that Annie is a really solid character. And like I said, she's probably my favorite character from the zombie films. She's one of the few that I think, actually gets a good shake. So I'd probably put her in Blackest Eyes. I could
Okay.
bump her up to Cream maybe, but Blackest Eyes for me. But you said you've got some thoughts on this one. I'm interested to hear them.
Yeah, well, I think that Harry, Demon versus Joe Grizzly, tacos versus enchiladas, who did it better? That's Carrie, that was good. That was really good. Good for you, girl. That was good. Listen, I think, and T. Parker said that Danielle Harris is the preferred Annie Brackett. Wow. Well, I'm gonna tell you how.
I
That's how
might
you
go with
feel
that
too?
too. I really
Really?
like her, Annie. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I enjoyed her as well. But in the movie, because the movie has half of it as kind of a retread of 78. I'm sorry, half of it as the origin of Michael, and then the second half as a retread of 78. Annie doesn't get a lot of time to really just evolve. I think she does in 2. And that's what makes 2 so interesting for me, because I think she was fantastic as a character in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But in this one, I think, she was just kind of there. Her and Linda, they were just kind of there. Now, the attack scene was really good, in this first Halloween movie by Rob Zombie. But I don't think as a character she hit all the notes. I mean, Danielle as an actress, yes, I absolutely adore her. But just speaking about character alone, which is what we're trying to do, I don't know, man. I might have to go with Audrey on this one.
Well, I kind of get what you're saying. And in all honesty, it probably is the fact that she's played by Danielle Harris, and the fact that, like you said, the second one gives her much better character development, that it's kind of affecting the first one. So I'm happy to put her in Audrey, but when we get to her in the second one, we'll see where she is, because I do agree with you. And I often say this about Zombies Halloween. I think his biggest issue is that the first half is him and his movie, but the second half is him trying to do Carpenter, and Zombie can't really do Carpenter because they're two completely different styles. And I always thought that if Zombie just kept the film going with the way he was going from the first half, it would have been better. And that's why I actually prefer his second one, because that's completely him. That's just him going, okay, fine, I'm just going to do my own thing, and you might not like it, you might not get it because it's Zombie and he's a bit of a weird dude, but it's at least 100% him. Whereas, the first movie, he's trying too hard to mix his style with Carpenter's, and it just it doesn't work like at all. So I think that is a big issue. But yeah, look, I'm happy to put Annie in Audrey for now, and then when we get to her in the second one, we can talk about her characterization in the second one.
I absolutely agree with that. And Ronan saying she did okay as Annie, but he's going to go with shot him 6 times. All right.
Wow.
And hey, the Hollywood guy's in the house. Melissa's going with Audrey. Okay. All right. I think that's where we got to go, is Audrey. I mean, again, she was fine for what she was asked to do, but she wasn't able to do as much as I wish she could have done. But that's because the movie is just so much going on in the movie.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
It really, really is. Okay, now real quick too, we got Nightfall coming in the chat with us, $2 super chat. Thank you so much, man. much appreciated. Definitely helps the channel. And all of us here, we appreciate you. Saying hello, family. Hello.
Hi.
All right. Very cool to have you here, man. Let's do this. Let's do another super chat clip. And let's see. Let's do one that we haven't done in a little while. How about if we do...
Oh, no.
Let's do one where, you know, sometimes when people are singing and they're so emotional, you have no idea what the hell they're saying, but it just means something. And that's what this clip shows. The look on your face was classic. You were kind of like, what the hell? That was awesome.
Oh, dear.
Oh, sweet goodness.
Oh,
Had a
dear.
little Joaquin Phoenix in there, too.
Yeah.
You guys are the Gladiator fans. Woo. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Nightfall. We appreciate that and giving us the opportunity to play a clip and have some fun with that too, man. It's very, very cool. And hey, man, Carrie said, I loved her as Annie. She brought a realness to the character. She had the greatest chemistry with Scout as Laurie. They really did have good chemistry.
Yes, they did. I agree.
And I think it was even more interesting and layered in the second film. You know, it was really, really cool. Those two together are great. And of course, they're great friends in real life, which is awesome. I really, really think they're awesome in real life. Nightfall saying, good to see you all. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. And Jeff has stepped in the arena and gifted 5 memberships.
Wow.
Oh, man. Thank you so much, Jeff. That is
awesome.
so cool. You know, I always say this, when people do those types of things, it just really... It really strikes a chord in me because it's such a generous thing, you know, just gifting to others. And obviously to help support the channel, but also to help grow the community. And we can have so many fun times like this, you know, so many new people that have been here recently and even in the last couple of months. And, you know, they're forming new friendships and stuff. And that's what makes all of this so much fun. Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate you so much. We're getting to a really cool point with our memberships. I think we had 22 that we had to get, and I could do some more emojis. I love doing the emojis, but we're going to have some more. And I've got 2 already ready to go that I think you guys are going to absolutely love. So we're down 5. We got 17 to go. And we're going to, and YouTube, they limit you depending on how many members. But thank you so much, Jeff. We're getting closer and closer to the point where we can get some new ones. But it looks as though just another horror fan got gifted membership back in the fold with us. Kenny back in, Kay, Young, and also Paula is back in the fold. So very, very cool. Definitely give a shout out and some love to Jeff because that's just so cool. And Jeff does that quite often, just helping to support the community, man. It's absolutely so cool. Much appreciated, seriously. All right, let me catch up to you guys. I know I'm way behind in the chat, but Carrie, you weren't supposed to show my clown video. That was private. There you go. That was cute. Carrie, I missed you, man. Jason said Jeff is the man. He really is. He really is. Nathan's in the house. What's up? And Ronan, yeah, saying that Jeff is, you know, good on you, mate. Absolutely. And Ronan knows what that's all about. He's done a lot of gifting. And like I said, you guys are really helping to keep this community strong and helping it to grow, man. And that's the thing that is so cool. It really, really is so cool. And Nathan saying, just got done with Sledgehammer's watch party. Oh, that's awesome, man. You know, I love Ken and Ashley. They're absolutely awesome over there at Sledgehammer Horror. Absolutely. And Nightfall coming in with with a gifted membership as well. All right. Very, very cool. It went to Brian. And thank you so much, Nightfall. We appreciate you coming here and hanging out with us and helping to grow the community. So we got 6 down. We're on a roll, man. We have 16 to go. All right. Very, very cool. Thank you so much, Nightfall. I appreciate you. And let's do another clip. And I know Ronan loves this one. sometimes in life you need somebody you can count on and you can talk to and get advice from, and this is my guy.
If you don't want to be a crazy fool, you better study real hard and stay in school.
Be somebody. Mr. T.
Listen to Mr. T.
Knowledge.
Treat your mama right.
That's right. You're welcome, Ronan. You guys are too funny, man. Carrie saying, I missed y'all too. Sorry I'm not around as much, but I'm always here in spirit as a ghost face rapper.
Well, that could be interesting.
Oh my God. That was good, Carrie. You guys, seriously, I appreciate you guys. It's been a lot of things. It's just been a busy several days, a lot of things going on with weather and just life and work and, some, friends and everything. So I appreciate you guys, number one, hanging out. But you guys are also, including you, Rachel, I appreciate you as well. But you guys are making me crack up, and it's really therapeutic. I appreciate it, seriously. Oh, man. All right. Next up, now we're going with Loomis. Malcolm McDowell as Loomis in Halloween 2. Okay, this is Halloween 2. Now, for people that have been around, you guys know what I'm thinking, but I'm going to let Rachel go first. So this is Loomis in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. What do you think, Rachel?
Now, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but like I said, I prefer Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 because I think he just does his own thing. And that includes Loomis, who goes from being a relatively normal psychiatrist in the first one to being kind of, as my friend Board now says, a British darling who's very, just very...
I like that.
Very fame hungry, bit of an arsehole, bit of smarmy, But I actually love it because, again, like I said, this is Zombie just making the character his. This is Zombie's Loomis, and Zombie's Loomis is kind of a dick, but he's fun. And, again, he's all crazy and he comes in for the climax, and it's just, look, I can't put him as cream again because it's Zombie, and I just cannot do that with Zombie. He's got too many issues that end up in his characters for me to go, yeah, I can put this up the top. But I think he can go Blackest Eyes because I have a lot of fun. And I think that Malcolm McDowell is also having a lot of fun in this movie. Like, you can tell in the first one, he was trying to play, the psychiatrist. He was trying to put it in as a character actor. Whereas this one, he's just going for it, He's so rude to all those people at the convention.
Yeah, he is.
That are coming up to him. He's such an ass.
He's like, now listen to me right now.
I'm like, dude, these people have they've come to see you. Why are you being such a dick? It's not right. But no, for me, he's Blackest Eyes because I think that this is just Zombie having fun, Malcolm McDowell having fun, and I have fun when I watch him on the screen in this movie. So I'm going with Blackest Eyes for crazy, crazy darling Loomis.
Okay, darling Loomis. I might have to start using that one. That's a new way to look at it. Darling Loomis.
Darling Loomis. You can thank Board now for that one.
He said I'm banning Rachel. Board now. You guys are so funny, man.
Dear.
And Ronan, you're welcome, and definitely Rachel is awesome. This has been so much fun.
Thank you.
A lot of fun. Now let's see. In the chat, I want to catch up with these guys a little bit. Nightfall saying, "Can we get Treat Your Mother Right?" We can do that, man. We can do that. Thank you so much for all. Oh my God, that's so funny. I saw that message first, and then he gifted another membership.
Oh,
thank you so much, man. Seriously, you're all right. Let's see. Who did it go to? It looks like it went to MMA. MMA is back in the fold. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Seriously, man, thank you so much for all the support. It definitely helps us out so much. So we're up to we're moving up there. We're up to 7 or 8 now. Wow, that's cool, man. Very, very cool. All right. So let's do this. Let's do some Mr. T. And like I always say, man, in life, sometimes you need some help. And this is the guy that you can get all the help you need. Here we go. There he
M is for the moan and the miserable groan from the pain that you felt when I was gone.
Ed Harris, best dancing in the history of cinematic dancing.
And only he can pull it off. Only he can pull it off.
Very true.
Yeah, it's very true. Nightfall, seriously, man, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. All right, so this is the way I'm looking at it. I think that they obviously made a choice for Loomis in Halloween 2, and I get that. And I think, obviously Malcolm McDowell is a fantastic actor. There's no question about that. When they said he was playing Loomis, I was thinking, okay, I mean, obviously, if you need someone to try to reach that level that Donald was at as far as just charisma and ability and experience, this is obviously a great choice. That being said, I was not a fan of his character in 2.
Fair enough.
There was great moments, like you said at the lecture and all of that. But the other thing too, and again, it's the choice that Rob Zombie made. But Loomis wasn't really a part of the movie as much as I would have liked, which was too bad. And then at the end, he kind of, changes his colors and says, "Hey, I want to do the right thing," which was that was cool in and of itself. But for me, man, I'd have to put him down to shot him 6 times, man. I mean,
wow. Okay.
He was all right, and obviously as an actor, Malcolm is fantastic, but I was not a big fan of his character. I enjoyed his character more in the first movie, and I know it's kind of more paint by numbers, and I get that, but I think there was some nice arcs to it. And to be quite honest, I know this sounds sacrilegious, but he showed more layers than even Donald did in the original. You know what I'm saying? He showed the kindness to Michael. He showed the caring.
That's true.
He showed, the compassion to save Laurie and to find out what's going on. And I think I'm not saying he did it better than Donald. Donald's still the OG and the greatest of all time. But I do think that they were able to make Loomis a little bit multifaceted in that first movie. So, but in 2, he was just like, F that. I'm just gonna, which is fine. Some people do that, but I gotta put him down at shot him 6 times, man. That's what I'm. All
right, we might have to throw it to the chat. See what you guys think.
Yeah, if you guys feel a certain way about it, let us know, and let's see what you guys got to say. It's too funny, you guys. Board now said night is spot on. All right. Super Tenor saying trick or treat. Wow, all the way down there.
Okay, wow.
All right. Ronan agrees. Okay, all right. We got shot him 6 times. Very, very cool.
I think he's going to shot him 6 times then.
I think so
fine.
too.
I know I'm an outlier here, so.
And it's okay. It's okay because I get it, man. There's a part of it that I looked at it and I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. They did something kind of wacky with this character. But he's
that's all right.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Big John and Little John.
Big John and Little John. I love Big John and Little John.
Yeah. Yes. Big John and Little John. Halloween Kills. You know what? It's so funny because both of those actors, I think, are so fantastic. And right when they're first introduced, and Big John is sitting there dancing, and just I used to have a super chat clip for it, but YouTube put a claim on it. I wish I still had it. I would almost play it anyways. But I think that they were really fun characters. I really, really do. Now, what do you think?
I love Big John and Little John. I love them from the moment we first saw them. I was sitting in the cinema and that shot comes on. You've got Big John there with his, he's got his joint and he's got his candy and he's swinging to his music and he's, he's getting all creepy and he's like, he's having a good time, man. And then Little John comes up and, starts bitching about how he made a charcuterie board. So come on downstairs and enjoy the thing. Plus, I do love when the kids come and they try to play that prank on them and then they turn it around and they're all like, do you know whose house this is? This is Michael Myers' house. Mm-hmm. You know what he did to his sister? He stabbed her in the tit. It's like, come on, that's David Gordon Green coming out again. But I think they delivered it well. And, that being said, Big John had like a carving knife, and he put it down for like a tiny little
I know,
like cheese knife. Or did he have he had something, and he swaps it out for like this little cheese knife, and I'm like, dude, what is that gonna do?
You're not ready for this life.
You're not. But no, look, it's probably a bit over the top, but I'm going to put them in cream. I love Big John and Little John. I think they imbue a little bit of fun into that movie.
Yeah.
I think they're so different from like any kind of character we've really seen in the Halloween films. You know, they're a little bit whimsical, a little bit more out there, a little bit over the top. They obviously enjoy living in the Myers house and having fun with that, and their place is all done up for Halloween. So yeah, look, for me, Big John and Little John are going to cream. However, I would be happy to put them in Blackest Eyes as well, because that's more my personal bias coming out, because I just have so much fun with them. They are
Right.
So much
I hear
fun.
you. Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think that they were so much fun, and you pointed out a great scene, you know, when they were turning the tables on the kids and they told the story, and I loved how they did it, man. It was kind of like a little bit of an homage to the old school, you know, telling a scary story, and kids, the kids were, you know, the little actors, the kids, they were great in that moment too, and it was fun. It added, listen, a lot of people. And we did our redemption watch party for Halloween Ends, which, by the way, if you guys did not see that, it was so much fun.
It was.
You know, me, Steven, and Rachel. My next idea at some point soon, we're going to have some type of conversation or whatever about kills, because I think kills is still so divisive. But what I like about kills, and you guys know I'm a fan of kills, is that you had all these different characters, but yet the movie is a Michael movie. It's a Michael movie. Michael is so badass in that film. But you get characters like Big John and Little John, and they just pop. You know what I'm saying? And they were fun. You know, you have Cameron with his redemption. You have Karen with her redemption. You know, so there was a lot of fun to be had in kills. So I agree with you, man. I would put Big John and Little John in the cream as well. So what do you guys think in the chat? Let's see what these guys think. Oh, and Jamie's got to head on out. Hope you feel better, Jamie. Get some rest. It was so fun having you here, and you were a riot as always. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Seriously. Ronan's saying the best part of all this is the fact that we can all have different opinions and still respect one another. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No doubt. I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah. Julie saying it's so stupid. Part of why Halloween Kills is so good. Yeah. There you go.
Fair enough.
Jason said he's going with Audrey. How can you just stand there and say you came home? I think when Little John said that, I think that he was just so distraught because he saw, you know, Big John killed. And, you know, he's not about that life. He's not going to out physical Michael. He's not going to run away. And I just think he gave up. He's like, the check is in the mail, you know. But I agree. Like me, I had to Carl Lewis out of there. I'd have been
right.
You know
I'd be Usain Bolt. I'd be whoosh.
That's
You'll
right.
never see me move so fast, as well as I'd be running away from Michael Myers.
That's right. And hey, man, we got Michael in the chat. Michael Trapson himself. What's up, man? Good to see you. We're talking pretty much all of the different characters in the entire Halloween franchise, man. We've been having a blast. Hope you're doing well, brother. It's good to have you here. Let's see. What else?
Not too much opinion about Big John and Little John. Oh, what have we got here?
So I guess we got to go with the cream, huh?
I think so. I think that's fantastic. Oh, okay. I love those two.
I do too, man. I do too. All right. So Big John and Little John going to the cream. Next up, we have got Laurie Strode, played by Scout. And this is the Laurie Strode from Halloween 2.
Oh.
Halloween 2. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And yeah, too bad Jamie's leaving or left. What do you think, Rachel?
Let's shoot her 6 times. Let's shoot her 6 times.
Wow, that was quick and easy. Okay, chat. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, look, I don't love Scout's Laurie in general. I think that the actress is fine. I think she does
Yeah.
a decent job with what she's given, but unfortunately, you know, in the first one, she's just kind of the same as all the other characters. So there's nothing really
Right.
setting her apart from the characters. Like in the original, Laurie was nicer. She obviously cared more about the kids that she was looking after as opposed to Annie, who like ditched the kids and stuff like that. But this
That's right.
Laurie, no. And in the second one, I mean, look, I know the girl's going through some trauma. I know trauma
Right.
makes you really messed up, but she is really not a great character in this one. She's kind of a big dick, and I don't love it. I really don't love it. And of course, this movie has those weird, like, you know, the visions that she's having with the white horse, and we get that weird, like, does she have the connection to Michael? Does she not? And of course, I do think one of the worst things, though, about Halloween, the second Halloween, Rob Zombies, and we didn't mention this before, but the first 20 minutes end up being completely redundant because they end up being a dream sequence. And a lot of Laurie's, like, she's got a lot of stuff in those first 20 minutes, which then turn out to be nothing. So for me, I'm shitting her 6 times. I don't think she's quite trick-or-treat mother because she's still a version of Laurie Strode, but yeah, not the biggest fan of her in number 2. And I think they make her character too unlikable in the second one, so it becomes hard to root for her, and it becomes hard to want her to survive, which is what you ultimately want in your final girl. So let's shoot her 6 times. What about you, Knight? You joining me, or
well,
you gonna be a bit more lenient?
No, I think you said it so well, especially at the end, because that was a big part. You know, again, if you guys haven't checked out my Halloween playlist, I mean, it's got to be at least like 120, 130 videos easily. But we did do a deep dive on Rob Zombie Halloween 2, and I've done some other videos on Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And I think that, you know, I agree, they made her very unlikable. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can have trauma. Like, for instance, Laurie Strode in 2018 was dealing with trauma and a broken family, and abandonment of her daughter, but I didn't dislike her. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's the thing, is like, you can do it if the writing is executed correctly, where they can be traumatized, but they're not unlikable. Like, Laurie was very unlikable in Halloween 2. There were some moments that were, you know, fine, but I think Danielle Harris, and as far as Annie's character, really elevated Laurie's likability a little bit, you know, in their scenes together. But this isn't supposed to be about Annie. It's supposed to be about Laurie Strode. So that's where I have the issue. Now, that being said, and I'm not trying to backtrack on it, but I will say that I think Scout Taylor Compton did a fantastic job as far as what she was asked to do. I mean,
that is true.
I mean, she went there in her performance, and I really, especially in the last couple of years, and even talking about it as much as I do on this channel, I've really come to respect it a lot more than I did before. Which makes it complicated, which Halloween 2 is complicated for me, you know, because there's things that are good, and there's some things that I think were missed opportunities. So for me, I could either go Shot 'Em 6 Times or Audrey. You know, I could go either
I'm happy
way.
to bump her up to Audrey because, like I said, she is a version of Laurie Strode. That character is always great. And you've made some good points that, like, you're right. Scout Taylor Compton is that scene in the car right after she's found out, you know, who she actually is, that she's Angel, and she has that little breakdown. I do think she's very believable there, and she's very good. And some of the grittier scenes towards the end when we're getting to the climax of the film, she is quite good. So you're right. She does elevate the character a bit. So if we want to put her in Audrey, I'm happy to put her there. I think that's a good placement for her.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that. Let me see what these guys are saying, because again, it's tough, man. It's tough. Russell's going trick or treat.
Trick or treat. Wow, Russell's not a fan.
All right. Scott says, if you're going to Margot Kidder, and of course, rest in peace to the late great Margot Kidder, for psychiatric treatment, you were all kinds of effed up, but she had a way better arc in this film than the first. So Blackest Eyes. Ooh, that's well said. Very, very cool. Michael saying, y'all got to bump Ronnie up to trick or treat. That kitchen scene was hilarious. It's true, man. It's true. Yes. Let's see. And Kenny's in the chat. What's up, Kenny? And giving a shout out to Jeff, saying thank you for the channel membership. Whoever did that, it was either Jeff or Nightfall. I think it was Jeff. But thanks for giving them thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think Troy's saying it too. Audrey's fair. You can't compare it to Jamie. It's a different character other than name. I think we could go with Audrey. You know, I'll do that. I'll go with Audrey. You know.
Oh, Jason sent a super chat.
Oh, cool. Jason, thank you so much, man.
Nice.
Much appreciated, coming in with a $2 super chat saying, I knew he would be waiting. Bucky and Freddie Harris, super cream. Rachel rules. She does.
Thank you.
She does, man.
Lovely.
And I can't wait till we get to Bucky, because that moment he had in Halloween 4. Matter of fact, let me play it. Just for you, Jason. Let me play this moment, this quick clip. Here we go.
What are you, deaf? Don't try that Halloween shit with me.
No one's messing with that dude and his mo. He knows what's up.
Oh man, too funny, man.
Oh dear.
Oh my god. All right. So, and Super Tender saying, good night in advance, guys. I might fall asleep at some point. It's my bedtime. I hear you, man. We're gonna be ending up pretty soon, and we're gonna obviously have to do.
You'll have to come back for part 2 and possibly part 3.
I mean, it's
characters.
A lot of characters, man. All right, so let's do this. Next up, we got Connell Cochran from Season of the Witch, your favorite movie in the franchise. So
I don't think I even remember this guy.
he was the main villain.
Oh God, that's how good I am.
He was the head of Silver Shamrock Factory.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Oh, he's a bit creepy, isn't he?
He is. Although I will say, his scene when Tom Atkins gets captured and he basically has this monologue where it's like, you don't know what Halloween really is, do you?
Yes,
and he goes into this big, like, 5-year monologue talking about back in the old days and, you know, sacrifices and this and that, and the blood runs red through the hills. He was great. He was a great actor. I love him in that role. So for me personally, I'm just throwing it out there. He's got to go with the cream, man. He was
okay.
He was awesome. But that's just me. What do you think, Rachel?
You know what? I don't know that I can have the greatest opinion on this one, because I've only seen Season of the Witch a couple of times. I don't know the characters that well, and I don't really remember him that well. So you know what? I'm actually just going to acquiesce this one to you and let you put him where you want to, because I don't think I have a fair assessment on that character.
All right.
So, yes,
all right.
if Knight's going cream, we're going cream.
All right. Troy said if the Johns are cream, then Cochran is easy. There you go. Jason going with
Jason
the cream. Super tenor. Yeah. Theo, Theo, you're kind of right. He was kind of a Scooby-Doo type villain. It's true.
They're so much fun. Scooby-Doo villains are great.
It's true. T. Parker said Cochran is the evilest character in the franchise. He said, F all them kids. He did. Yeah. You don't know what death is. And runs off.
Runs off.
Ronan said Le creme.
Le creme.
I love it. We're going with the cream. We're going with the cream.
Okie dokie.
All right, now look, this is an interesting one coming up. We're gonna do a couple more, and then we're gonna wind it down here. But this is Loomis from Halloween Kills, which, you know, again, it wasn't Donald Pleasance. They figured it out with Tom Jones Jr. They saw the likeness that he had to Donald Pleasance. They added the prosthetics to him, and boom, you got someone that fooled me in the first 2 seconds. I remember in the theater, I nudged Coriander. I'm like, is this like some lost footage of Donald? What is this?
I did the exact same thing to my husband. I turned to him and I said, I think this might be missing footage, and this is actually actually Donald Pleasance, because it looks so authentic.
Yeah, it did. It really did. So it's an interesting one to me. What are your thoughts, or where do you think we should put the stand-in Loomis?
Look, and he was a great stand-in, like we both said, fooled both of us. And I know he's fooled a bunch of other people, like people thinking, I mean, all the flashback stuff in 78, I fully thought was deleted footage that we'd never seen. It was so well done. look,
Mhm.
it's hard for me to not put Loomis in the cream because he's Loomis, but
Yeah.
because we don't have him for that much in this one, I mean, we basically just have this scene.
Mhm.
But that being said, that it was not pointless board. You can get out of here. I think
Woo.
that scene that he's in is such an impactful scene. And I think I spoke about this with you and Stephen when we were doing our Halloween Ends watch. I love that scene where he goes out the front and you see Michael there and you get that big pan out. And you see the
Yes.
entire Haddonfield Police Department. And it's
Yes.
such a great scene.
Yep.
So, but because it's only a short scene, I'm going to go with Blackest Eyes. He's still fantastic. It's still an impactful scene, but he's only in that very short amount of time. So for me, it
Yes.
can't be quite creme de la creme, but it's
Yeah.
still fantastic. And of course, you know, the guy's doing a great job. Like, did he kill
Yeah.
again? Did Michael kill again? It
Michael,
was so
did he kill
good.
again?
Yes, yeah, it was so good. Tell me, deputy. And like, so he's doing a great job. He's definitely got the Donald Pleasance over the top, you know, desperation
Yes.
going.
Oh, I love
And
it. Oh my
yeah,
God.
so I'm going with Blackest Eyes because I thought it was so well done and so much fun.
Well, you know what? You pretty much took the words right out of my mouth. I think that yes, he did a fantastic job, but we're talking about just the opening. So I can't put him at the top, but I do think that they did a great job of honoring the memory of the
Yes.
late great Donald Pleasance. And
Yes.
like I said, man, he said Julie said, was that his voice or AI? No, that was actually another actor. They've had a couple different actors do Donald's voice, but that was an
Yeah.
actor that did Donald's voice. I think it was Colin Mann, I think is his name.
And I think he was the same one that did the voiceover from 2018 when you hear Loomis on the tapes. I think that's the same actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to die.
Yes, it has to die.
Yes.
It needs to die.
Yes.
So good. He's
I
so
mean,
good.
look, it shows you, and I've said this 1,000 times, it shows you that Loomis truly is the heart of this franchise.
Absolutely.
Because they pay
Mhm.
respect to him as they should. Same thing in H2O in the beginning. You know, look, he was just such a fantastic character, and Donald Pleasance literally carried the franchise through some
Mhm.
tough times, you know, especially without Jamie Lee Curtis. So, but anyways,
Yes.
for this particular iteration of Loomis, I'm going to go with Blackest Eyes, like you said. I think that's where we got to go. Yeah. All right.
So good.
We're going to do two more because I want to
All
see what
right.
we say about this. Okay. Next up, guys, and everyone in the chat, if you're still here, let us know immediately, please. Michael Audrey Myers from Halloween Ends in the sewer doing his best Hulk Hogan, getting charged up. What do you think? What do you think, Rachel?
I hate having to do this. I hate having to put Michael low because he's my boy. He's my main villain. He's the dude. He's Michael Myers. But Jesus Christ, in this one, he's not. In this one, he's just a pathetic old man getting beaten up by Corey. So I can't do it. I think I have to shoot him 6 times in this one. He's not my Michael. Not in this one. Not in this one. And it's such a pity because Halloween 2018, he's so good. And then Halloween Kills might be the most intense, badass Michael we've ever gotten. And then there's this. And this is his ending. So no, I hate to say this, but I'm shooting this dude 6 times. He's going down.
All right. So listen, for me, it's Theo said hashtag not my Michael.
There we go. Yes.
Oh Lord. Scott, you know, I've said this before too, Scott. Scott said Halloween Ends Michael is the Logan version of Michael Myers. Yes, hurt, vulnerable, older, you know, decrepit, so to speak. I agree with that. This is tough, man, because you know the character is still the character, and James still did a great performance when he was allowed to. But I do agree, they nerfed him. I mean, look. Corey should not have been able to get the mask the way he did.
No.
Getting the mask isn't the problem, but it's the way he got the mask.
Absolutely.
And I've said this before, like when we did the Redemption watch along, they needed at least one, if not two more scenes of Michael.
Mhm.
If they had that, then I think not only would Michael be looked at differently in this movie, but the movie would be. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, it was a great scene when he killed Nurse Deb. You know, he kind of stepped
Mhm.
up and did his thing.
Yep.
But they needed at least one or two more of those types of scenes,
Yes.
I
Yes.
think.
I
I
agree.
personally think.
Mhm.
So I gotta go. You know, I don't want to go with shot him 6 times because it just feels wrong.
It does,
But
doesn't it?
I'll go with Audrey. I
Okay.
would personally go with Audrey. And if anyone,
All right, so maybe
Julie,
we'll let the chat flip the difference.
yeah,
No,
it was.
is Stephen here somewhere?
I
Is Stephen
know
lurking backstage somewhere?
there was no transfer. You know it.
No transfer.
Corey just saw his life flash, just like Laurie did at the end.
Uh-huh,
You guys.
absolutely.
Oh my god, I love you guys though. All right. Yeah, because you know, I just think he wasn't allowed to do what he could have done. He had
No.
moments, he had flashes. So
Mhm.
I'm going with Audrey. If anyone else has an issue, throw it out there. Troy's got a member anniversary. Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate you. 8 months. We're getting so close to a year. Saying
Wow.
Ends Michael had no Hulk up. He was not mega power. He's second fiddle, shot 6 times. Cue the actual cream. Oh yeah. All right, brother. We'll do that for you. Thank you so much for the support. And here's the cream of the crop. Here we go.
But the cream, yeah, let me say it here. Let me say it out loud. Yeah, you mean Gene Okerlund. You know that I'm the cream. I am the cream, yeah.
that clip never gets
Oh,
old.
that's
to me, man.
brilliant.
Oh man.
Oh,
All
dear.
right. So let's go with Audrey. I don't think we have any big objections to it.
No, I think Audrey, I'm okay with that because he's still Michael Myers. So,
he
you know,
is.
you got to give
He
him that.
is. Yes. Yes. All right. And I know, Troy, you want him shot 6 times. I know, man. But I'm just saying, man, it's just like, All right, but let's do this. This is where I'm really curious. This will be our last one for tonight. And I'm curious to see what you guys are gonna say. Oh, geez, Rachel. Thank you so
I just thought
Rachel's
before the stream ends.
Oh, that's so sweet. Rachel's gifting a membership to you guys. That is awesome. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you, though. Seriously. I really do appreciate that. And I know these guys do too. And it's been so cool having you to become just so awesome and just more visible in the community and so forth. It's been so much fun, seriously. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Good.
And it looks like it went to Mass new to the community. Awesome.
Oh, yay.
Well, very cool. Well, if you get a chance, send some love and a shout out to Rachel because she is awesome. She really, really is. All right. Very kind of you. And thank you, Julie, for thanking
Thanks,
Rachel.
Julie.
Absolutely. It's kind. It's really kind when you guys do that type of stuff. Seriously. All right. Next up, we've got, look, one of my favorites of all time, Rachel from Halloween 4, played by the great Ellie Cornell. What do you think, Rachel? This is how we're going to end this Halloween characters tier list with Rachel.
Well,
What
look,
do
she
you
gets
think?
points just for the name. So there we go.
It's
So,
true.
you know. Look, I think Rachel's a great character. And a lot of people say this about Halloween 4, and I totally agree. I think that her dynamic with Jamie is so sweet. And I love
Yep.
that it's a slightly different kind of family dynamic. You know, Jamie is the foster sister, and so Rachel's trying to figure out how to navigate that. How much does she protect her? You know, is she really her sister? You know, they've got a little bit of that working out. I think they've got some really sweet scenes together. And I love how her big sister instinct just kicks in the final, you know, in the climax of the movie. And she is seriously trying to protect Jamie. So
Yes.
I think Rachel might get cream. I think she's a really decent character. I think she's
Mhm.
one of the final girls in this series that's one of the better ones and one of the more memorable ones. And for me, Halloween 4, I do like it, but I do find it drags a little bit. But I do find that her character was one of the better things of the movie. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to go with cream for Rachel. I think that she can take the name and go up there.
All right. Sounds good to me, man. Jeff is going with the cream. Very cool. Film Gamer in the chat. What's up, man? Good to see you. Julie's going with Blackest Eyes. Ooh,
Okay.
wow, Julie. All right. Board now is going with Blackest Eyes. Wow. Let's see. Theo is saying the whole chat gets the cream. Amen. There you go. Thank you so much, man. Film Gamer is going with the cream. T. Parker is going with the cream. Scott saying Rachel is the cream. She had one of the best arcs in the series. Nothing but love for Rachel. I agree. Jason is saying cream. Halloween 4 rules. I agree, man. This has to be the cream, man. You guys, again, you've heard me talk about 4 so much. 4 is one of my favorites. It was at a time when I was a child. It made a lot of impact on my fandom. And I love Ellie Cornell in this role. I think she was fantastic. And I think if they had done the character right in Halloween 5, she could have been even more legendary. And not just in the Halloween franchise. I think in horror. I think she's a really great final girl, an unsung final girl. So, yeah, I definitely got to go with the cream. Board now saying 4 is one of my favorites. Yeah. Ronan saying La Creme. Paula going with the cream. Troy coming in with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Seriously. Saying Halloween 4 Rachel, Blackest Eyes. Captain Rachel is truly cream. Well, you know what? I will agree with 50% of that. Because Captain Rachel is truly the cream. But look, man, we gotta put Rachel at the top. I just love Rachel so much. Put it this way. If anyone else has an objection to the cream for Rachel, let's throw it out in the chat. If you really think it's Blackest Eyes, throw it out in the chat. We'll give you guys a couple seconds. But I just absolutely love this character so much, man. I really, really do. Scott saying 4 is easily my favorite sequel. There you go.
4's a very popular one, and I get it. Like introducing Jamie and that familial link was really cool. I also think 4 has an amazing opening credit sequence. That beautiful shots of like all of the Halloween outfits and the decorations and the wind and the foliage. It really sets that Halloween vibe, and I think it's just it's a really great opening.
Absolutely agree. Julie said, I gave Big John, Little John cream, so okay, Rachel should be cream too. I agree, man. Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's do it. Yep.
let's end this on a good note.
On a high note.
All right.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Well, guys, we got through a hell of a lot of characters, and we got a hell of a lot left to go. Let us know if you guys want to finish this with a part 2. Throw some comments in the comment section too. That would be great. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't subscribed to Nightwatch Zone, please do. Make sure you give this stream a like. That would help us out. But also make sure that you subscribe to Rachel's channel as well. And it is not called Captain Rachel.
It's not, but it might be changed. Ford just come through with a super chat. That's lovely of him. Not sure about the name. I would make a gesture, but this is a G-rated channel, so we'll save that for the next time we chat, Board. I'm coming for you.
Wow. Hey, look, Board's on the list with Jason.
Yes, he is. My knitting needle list.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you, man. Seriously. You guys are awesome. No doubt. You guys make this so much fun. Theo wants a part 2. Yes. Jason, you're right. Rachel was done wrong in 5. She belongs in the cream. I agree, man. Scott wants a part 2. Thank you so much.
Jason says part 2 later tonight. I don't know that Knight's up for that. It's very late where he is.
I wish I could, man. And if I didn't have to work, I would, man. Because I love doing these types of streams. It's so much fun, man. You know. Bored now said I'm on Jesse Bradford's shit list. There you go. That's a deep cut. I love it.
Oh dear.
That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, look, this was a lot of fun. Rachel, thank you again for doing this, and I'll see you backstage in this.
It was so much fun.
Absolutely, man. So we got to do a part 2. We'll talk about that. It could be next Monday. We'll see what we can plan, but I would love to do a part 2 to this. This is definitely a lot of fun. For you guys in the chat, thank you so much. And we will be here tomorrow night, so make sure you're around at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be heading to Camp Crystal Lake, having a lot of fun. And we'll have Dominic on with us as well, one of our longtime supporters from Patreon. So we will catch you guys later. Have a great night. And as always, if you're watching this, if you listen to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace.
you.